Hello friends, today's question. Two particles of masses m1 and m2 in projectile motion have velocity v1 and v2 respectively at time t equals 0. They collide at time t naught. Their velocities become v1 prime and v2 prime at time twice t naught while still moving in air. The value of m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime minus m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is. So if we see this equation, which we are supposed to find out its value, from here we can say that this first part is the final momentum and the second part is the initial momentum. So from the question we are supposed to find out final momentum minus initial momentum, that is required. So here this we can divide it into two parts. Rather, we can say in first part, that is before collision, m1 is having a velocity of v1, m2 is having a velocity of v2, and this is at time t is equal to 0. And in the second, after collision, m1 velocity is v1 prime, m2 the velocity is v2 prime, and this is at t is equal to twice t naught. So let us consider that the combined mass of both the particles, we can say, considering both masses together, that they both having mass, total mass is m, which will be then equal to m1 plus m2. Now according to Newton's second law, the force with which, or rather we can say the force which will be acting on this combined mass will be given as F is equal to ma. So we can say according to Newton's second law, force acting on mass m, let us suppose given as F is equal to ma, and herein, as the particles are in projectile motion, the acceleration will be because of the acceleration due to gravity. You can say, and for the projectile motion, A will be equal to G. Therefore, we can write the equation as F is equal to mg, or we can say m1 plus m2 multiplied by g. And we also know that the force is nothing but rate of change of momentum. You can also say that force also F is equal to delta P divided by delta T. where delta P is final momentum minus initial momentum. Delta P is final momentum minus initial momentum. Therefore, we can write the final momentum will be m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime minus m1 v1 plus m2 v2. And delta T will be equal to final time minus initial time. So we can say final time is twice t naught, initial time is 0. Therefore, we can say delta T is equal to twice t naught minus 0, which is equal to twice t naught. And we have this as a delta P. Let us call this as equation 1, equation 2, 3 and 4. So using equation 1, 2, 3 and 4, using equation 1, 2, 3 and 4, we get m1 plus m2 multiplied by g is equal to m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime minus m1 v1 plus m2 v2 divided by twice t naught. Therefore, from here we can say that m1 v1 prime plus m2 v2 prime minus m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to twice m1 plus m2 multiplied by g times t naught. So this is our final answer, and from here we can say that option C is the correct option. You can say therefore option C is correct option. Here also we can say this is our final momentum minus initial momentum, which is equal to twice m1 plus m2 g multiplied by t naught. So this completes the question. Thank you.